Hey everybody, I am excited to introduce my friend Kristen Hall Shirley because I wanted her to share with you about this beautiful garden that she built for her community. And I'm going to show you some pictures of that in a minute. But Kristen, hi, can you tell everybody what inspired you to have this garden and what gave you the idea to do it?
Hi, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me about this. I had a 5 month period in 2018 where two of my golden retrievers both passed away from lymphoma, which was a hard 5 months for sure. And prior to them passing away, they had been customers at a specialty clinic here in Charlotte. And the oncology team was just so amazing with their care. And they were also really amazing helping us say goodbye to both of the dogs, Jenny and Silver. One of the things that they did was they let us have a little picnic outside on their property where we ate food, listened to music, pet the dogs, talked to each other, and just had a nice afternoon before it was time to say goodbye to them. And it was a really nice last memory to have of both of my dogs. So after they were gone, those afternoons kept replaying in my mind, and I was thinking about all the reasons the afternoons were really nice. But the one thing that I think could have been even nicer was if the dogs were able to be off leash and kind of meandering around on their own instead of having to be on the leash because we were just loose on the property. And the more I thought about it, I thought these people have been so good to me and so kind to my dogs. I wonder if they would accept a small gift from me. I would love to set up a small fence on their property and do a little bit of landscaping to essentially build a garden and a picnic area if they want to do the same types of appointments with other customers in the future, but the dogs could be off leash. So that's how I got the idea. And they were
Um,
nice to let me do it. Oh,
That's beautiful. Yes, and I want to share some of the pictures that you have on your Instagram, um, and they show how the garden, like the design of it, and then parts of it being built. And so now this clinic has this beautiful little garden in the back, and I want to inspire other communities and other clinics to have something like this where people can come and spend time with their pets, maybe before they have to say goodbye, or even after a uh, a euthanasia, they have a place to go and collect themselves, maybe go out the back door, sit in the garden, and then go home. So I think this is just such a beautiful idea. My question is this something that you think veterinary clinics would implement on their own at their own expense, or do you think having a community effort would be more suitable and more sustainable? Do you have an idea?
yeah, and I don't think there's one right way to do this. I think the culture and the finances and the priorities of each clinic is different. But I think that there are probably some clinics out there that would do this. The primary vet where I take my current pets to, they have something inside called a comfort room, which is essentially the idea of the garden, but inside. So it's a comfortable room, kind of set apart from the rest of the exam rooms. It's quiet. They have nice music playing softly in the background. They have a big, comfortable couch and lots of dog beds and pillows on the floor. It's just kind of a private space for you to spend time with your pet. During one of those goodbye appointments. And then, as you had mentioned, there's like a separate exit for people to leave. So I don't think it's a big stretch to imagine that clinics could simply put up a fence and allocate some space outside of the comfort room and use that space for a similar purpose when the weather allows it.
Mhm.
But it could also be something that communities get together and cooperate together and build. So I think either way would be wonderful.
Yeah, I think it also depends on if there's space for it, right? So New York City would be an example where it would be more applicable to have, like you said, a comfort room, which I'm finding are more and more common. And having, a comfort cart even with tissues, and maybe some Wolfies with affirmation cards. I know those are being used. So there's a lot of different ways, and I think more emphasis is put on having a gentler, more memorable experience during a goodbye visit. And I also want to inspire other people to do something like have stones, maybe with pets' names on it, put in the garden, or a brick. There's so many ways that people could, really come together as a community to provide a memorable space. And so I think this is just such a beautiful project. And Kristin, what is your Instagram account name, just so people can go and find you and maybe look at some pictures?
Oh, thank you. I think I have it set to private right now, but I can accept people
Okay.
requests on there. It's Shirley Bunch.
Okay, well, what I'll try to do is add a couple of the photos to the end of the video. I can't promise that I can do that, but let me just share one more time a few of these very special pictures. So again, this is one being built, and here's the retaining wall, if you want to call it that. So this was just such a nice gift that you made, and it's so intimate and really sweet. I just think it's such a great idea. I wanted other people to be able to see it and get the idea to do it in their community. Thank
Well,
you.
that sounds great. I think anything we can do to memorialize the lives of the pets that we love so much is always a good thing. And I know that you're in your own way helping to do this, not with gardens, but with the wonderful cards that you have and the online grief groups that you do. So I thank you for all you're doing to comfort people, because it's hard to lose a pet, and I know you understand that probably better than most.
Oh, I don't know. I think we all know what it's like, and it's the non-pet owners we have to I guess educate, right, on what not to say, but that's a whole other video. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your beautiful photos and your a little bit of insight on how you got to do this garden.
Thank you.